What is up, my Sabronis? This is take two for the evening because 13 minutes in, we realized some technical difficulties. Scott's computer just completely malfunctioned and screwed up the whole recording. Apparently, it did not record. So here we are on a beautiful July 8th, Wednesday evening of the Sabo Standard podcast. I am Taylor Sabo, along with my very frustrated and understandably so co-host, Mr. Scott CamDAWG Cameron. Yeah, so we just talked for 10 minutes and then
we did
nothing. So
no, it meant something, daggone it. It meant something to both of us.
It meant something. So here we are on a Wednesday after the 4th of July. We just celebrated the 4th of July. You came over to my house. We've already had this conversation. It's so stupid. You came to my house, so I appreciate you popping on over with your buddy, and I hope you had a good time. You had some all beef hot dogs on my hot dog roller. Brought your own Mountain Dew. Didn't even want to drink my cherry Coke Zero that my father-in-law nicely brought over.
He's a wonderful man. He's a nice guy. I'm glad I got to meet him. I did think of him, though, that train fell off the rails at Bucyrus, and I'm like, Oi, that's going to be a long night for that young man.
Yeah, you know what? It's actually kind of funny. So when it came, like they had like the 1 mile radius like blocked off, right? You like to not be there. And his work is within that 1 mile. By the time Monday morning hit, they had a 1/4 mile radius. And I saw him. I was like, hey, so how was your Monday off work? He goes, nope, had to go to work. He said, we literally were on the very outskirts of that 1/4 mile, like on the very, very edge, like 10 feet more, and he would have had the day off of work. So he had to go work on Monday, just like the rest of you peasants that have to work
America,
during July, because I know that we don't.
I do. I have summer school. I get to educate the youth of America through tomorrow. What are you doing?
Yeah, what are you going to do the rest of July?
That's not important. I've been educating the youth of America through tomorrow.
Yep, you're a good man for that, because I enjoy those summer days off. So
my jewels will be in my crown in heaven.
Yep. And I will be sitting there waiting. I guess you're going to probably get to heaven before me. Never mind. Hey, we celebrated the 4th of July this last weekend. And to celebrate the 4th of July, while you were there, we came up with this new segment called Good Dog, Bad Dog. Okay? And yes, thank you. I like the that's good. So Good Dog, Bad Dog. This is your typical, your winners, your losers, your champs, your chumps. Okay? But we are a dog-themed show. Not only are you the CamDAWG, okay? But we are a dog-themed show. If you're going to piss like a puppy, stay on the porch. Okay? Let the big dogs eat. I say absolute dog all the time. When I'm describing people that are absolute dogs, let's describe them with what they are. So we have this segment called Good Dog, Bad Dog. And I am excited for Good Dog, Bad Dog to be introduced to you guys. You go ahead first with your good dog.
All right, I'm going to go ahead with my good dog. So Joey Chestnut, 18th mustard belt, eating 66 hot dogs in the Nathan's hot dog eating contest over Pat Bertoletti. He had 51 or something like that. Not even close. I mean, no one knows how to stuff wieners like Joey Chestnut does. He is the wiener stuffing man of the world. Wouldn't you agree with that?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, he is the LeBron. He's the Muhammad Ali. He's the Pat Benatar music. I don't know, but what a stud. What is 18th mustard?
The Tom Brady, the Wayne Gretzky.
He's the Tom Brady.
The Lionel Messi.
He's a Hall of Famer.
So you just
Lionel
basically you said all goats right there, including LeBron James in that. You said LeBron James so it's official. It's official.
I didn't say. I just said Michael Jordan.
And in the realm of
Slip
goats,
of the tongue.
Joey Chestnut is part of the realm of goats. The important question is, how many hot dogs could you eat in 12-minute span? Obviously, dipping them in the water and all that is a no-go.
See, that's gross. That's gross. See, we already talked about this, obviously, but initially we don't know. I don't know how long they had again. If I really, really did it, it would probably be between 20 and 25. But as I mentioned before, if it were wings, I would do it and I could throw them down. But I don't like the whole wet bread. It's just gross. But I used to do a lot of competitive eating. I don't do anymore because it's not good for the old ticker. blood sugar, whatever you want to call it, and everything else. So, but those days are behind me now, but I used to do a lot of competitive eating. What about you? How many wieners could you put in your mouth?
I think I could get to the 10 to 15 range, in the 12-minute span. But I'm taking my time. I'm not taking my time, but I'm eating dog and bun at the same time, and I need some ketchup on it. I don't like dry dogs. Okay, I need a little bit of sauce on it. Give me some ketchup. The one thing that I get impressed with too is the Friday before when they do like the chugging contest, the lemonade, and that bad man chugs. Man, he's a bad man when he's chugging. Because I like to chug. I like to chug a water. Okay, I like to. One time I chugged a whole 2 liter of Mountain Dew Code Red in 2 drinks. It was I got $20 for it, but man, it was rough. It was rough, yeah. So.
Some things aren't worth the $20.
Oh, that was worth it. I love a good Mountain Dew Code Red. So, yeah, that's part of it. Oh, the wings. I love wings. I could put down a lot of wings, but putting down a lot of wings in a short amount of time is hard because wings have so much sauce, and there's just something about getting saucy that I just don't like. I like to be, patient with my wings, really enjoy eating the wings, but I can eat a lot of them if I need to. You give it an hour and I can eat a lot of wings.
I don't think you understand the term competitive eating. This is not like Sunday afternoon homemade ice cream with your Aunt Edna crap. Like, you're supposed to stick those wieners in your mouth and chug those wings. Listen, do you know what the real key is? The night before, you eat a lot of rice.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Expand that stomach.
Yep. Okay. All right. My good dog of the week is Erling Haaland. Okay, and we're gonna talk. Man. We're gonna talk some soccer here very, very shortly. But Erling Haaland is an absolute dog. He is a good dog, and he is an absolute dog. And this dude, he had 2 goals against Brazil to send Norway into the round of 8. Okay,
quarterfinal. Yep.
In America, we call it the Elite 8, okay? It's Sweet 16, Elite 8, okay? So he had 2 goals, and when you watch Erling Haaland play, okay, he doesn't look like a guy that should be kicking soccer balls on a Saturday afternoon or a Monday afternoon. He looks like on Sunday at 1 o'clock, he's putting on a helmet, he's lacing those shoulder pads, and he is just flying at a middle linebacker and hitting dudes. Or he's lined up, hand in the dirt, running arrow routes and digs, catching footballs and scoring touchdowns. Or on Saturday morning, or Saturday afternoon, he was playing, in front of 100,000 fans, in Happy Valley or in Columbus, Ohio, or in Athens, Georgia. I mean, Erling Haaland is an absolute unit, and he is an absolute dog.
Yeah, he is a physical specimen. He is a ripped soccer player. His dad is a former English Premier player, and his mom was I believe she's an Olympic track athlete, heptathlete or he was bred to be an athlete, and he was really skinny. Then all of a sudden he got really big, and but he's an absolute stud. He's a one-man wrecking crew, and all of a sudden. The Norwegians, they're celebrating by eating as much raw tack and fish as they can.
25 years old, 6'5", 208 pounds. Yeah, you're playing the wrong sport, buddy. You're playing the wrong sport, big dog. All right, you're bad
and
dog.
And he's ugly. He's ugly.
Yep,
let's
just
be
like
honest.
You. Yep, bad dog of the week. Go ahead.
Does that sound as a dog getting?
That's what my dog. That's what Lola does outside.
Do you moan when you wipe or something? Anyways, okay, I have Tide. I have to just deal with it. It's whatever. Matt Freese, the men's national team's goalkeeper, with his big, boneheaded, dumb play. It's 2-1 against Belgium. You're clearly up against a better opponent. And from a goalkeeper to a goalkeeper, whenever you leave the box and you biff a play, like you only leave the box to make a play when you know I've got to go get the play. And no matter what, even if I have to end up taking out a guy's leg and breaking his leg, that's what I got to do. But when you botch that, he should have stuck his arm up and just fallen on the ball, take the potential red card, and just, that means the backup keeper has to come in and a field player has to leave. All this stuff has to happen. But at least you're still in a 2-1 game, not a PK. So it's like, what a stupid play. That just when you texted me, you're like, dude, I don't even know anything about soccer.
Yeah, it lost the game for me.
And I said it was embarrassing. The other thing, FIFA, and I know we're going to talk about this later probably, but the FIFA has had a rough 48 hours. But that ref crew, Egypt against Argentina. Argentina's had some very incredibly fortunate goals at the end of games to continue their run. It's very suspect. And some of it's just they have good players, but some of it's very, And the Egypt-Argentina game was very, And, I know Egypt was up 2-0 and they should have finished it, blah, blah, blah. Just sketchy. And so that ref crew, man, I hate going after refs, but something is afoot. That's all.
Yep. My bad dog. Okay, you thought it was gonna be you. Joke's on you, buddy. It's not you. You're not the bad dog of the week. The bad dog.
Whoa! Wait a minute. It was me before we started recording, and now you're gonna change your mind.
Decided it's not you.
And you felt bad.
I felt bad. Okay. Guys, again, this
is
a
good one though. Do it. Throw me under the bus. I don't care.
Yeah, it's take two. He was my bad dog. He left my party early. He left very early, but you know what? I forgive him. The bad dog of the week is EA Sports. Okay, so EA Sports 3 years ago released College Football 25, and they're on the third edition, College Football 27. This is after taking an 11-year break from College Football 14. I have got to barely play it. The early release came out the other day. My younger brother, a lot of video games, gave me access to his account. Don't tell PlayStation, and I got to play it last night. Apparently, there's microtransactions in it all over the place. And I am the type, I love like the Dynasty mode. I love the Road to Glory. I am a full-time, I have a full-time job. I coach high school football. I got a child. I got a second on the way. I tried to do this podcast. I don't get to play video games every single night. I like to play video games. I've always enjoyed playing Madden, college football, 2K, those types of things. But now as an adult, I just play them every now and then. And then when I want to play it, sometimes I want to like my guy to get really good really fast. And they've always had the setting for that to happen. And now, in order to do that, there's microtransactions. Apparently, all over Twitter, people are saying it takes like $100 if you start from zero and you just want to upgrade your guy. It costs you $100 extra to pay for all the points in order to do this. Exactly. That's why EA Sports is the bad dog of the week. To take something, to not even allow the option anymore, to force people to, if you want to upgrade quickly, to pay money. Or the Dynasty mode. The Dynasty mode is obviously you're the head coach, you're the athletic director, all those things. In order to get enough skill points to upgrade quickly, you have to do these microtransactions. Or they say it takes the 25 years and you run the whole Dynasty. By the time your guy retires, you are a legend. You have the 99 overall as a coach. It's sad, and video games. 2K's been doing this for a year. You could buy extra points for the My Career. You buy the extra points of the VC, and the problem is that people do it. And now these gaming companies know, like, you might not, but that guy will, and that guy will, and that guy. And especially high school kids, middle school kids, that they play a lot of video games and they have some extra money. That's what they want to put their money towards. I don't agree with it, but it happens and they do it. But these gaming companies know that people do it. It takes a casual fan like me, like who doesn't even, or I don't want to take 25 years and do a dynasty for 25 years. I like to do 5-year dynasties and then move on to the next one. You'll never be able to get your coach, your team, or whatever to the highest level because of these microtransactions that EA Sports has put into their game. So it's sad, and it's what happens.
That's what NIL is. And now listen, I used to have a team. You met my roommate Justin Unger at your party the other day, and I did have one of the greatest dynasty runs ever. And made up back in 2004. You could make your own team and name.
Yep.
I was the South Dakota Scrotum Scratchers, and we won like 10 or 12 national titles in a row. We were incredible. But it just seems like. If you're, it's just gonna kill the thing. But you're right. The people that they don't have anything else, or the little kids are like, oh, I have the money for that, and that sucks.
The casual guy like me, like even 2K, like I haven't bought 2K and NBA 2K in years, but I always enjoyed doing the My Career.
Yeah.
And then you have a good game, you get skill points, you update your guy. And they just were like, nope, you get so little. If you want to get good real quick, yeah, you have to buy it. And it's just like, man, it's like, you're starting to ruin it for me.
This reminds me, have you ever had to pay for something extra and you're like, why do I have to do that? I'll give you a great example. Have you ever gone to a place to eat and not gotten a free refill?
I mean, like, obviously there's specialty drinks sometimes that you don't. But
and bottles of pop or something. Yeah,
or
right?
Like places like if you get like the strawberry lemonade, like you don't.
Sure.
Breakfast, you get one like an orange juice. You have to pay for extra orange juice. Like it's unreal.
But I'm talking like you go to a pizza place, you get a thing of Mountain Dew, they clearly got it, and then they came. Have you ever when's the last time you went to a place and they did not give you a free refill?
I mean, it's been a while, but I know it exists.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So when it happens, you're like, wait, and it's funny watching all these Europe people coming over doing the World Cup thing, and they're like, "You get free refills here," like what, and we're just so used to it,
But but people are like this exists all the time. Like I obviously I'm a Tesla owner. I have a Tesla. I love my Tesla. It's the best car I've ever had in my entire life, and we could debate Teslas one of these nights. I love Teslas. And Tesla has some things that you have to pay for extra per month, like a subscription, like the premium connectivity, all those things. It's like $9 a month, or you do it for the whole year. We just pay for the whole year. Or there's the full self-driving, and it's another subscription, just like all the subscriptions in the world that we pay for. Some of them I agree with, some of them I don't. It is what it is. But did you know, like, BMW they have their cars, they have their very nice cars, and they have heated and ventilated seats. It is something that is installed in your car. In order to use the heated ventilated seats, you have to pay a subscription per month to BMW for them to activate the ability for you to activate your heated and ventilated seats. Like, that to me is just like, that's what this is. It's stupid.
Somewhere out there's a Reddit thread that tells you how to hack that.
Yeah.
There is.
Yeah.
Elon's probably like, well, I got my $1 trillion. They're not going to get them free drive on your own things. I'm going to have a 50th kid.
Okay. Hey, let's move on. Okay, so that was Good Dog, Bad Dog. I hope you guys enjoy. I love Good Dog, Bad Dog. It's a fun little segment that we will continue to do. Maybe not every week, but throughout the college football season. It's going to be a lot of fun during college football season. All right, let's go on to some World Cup update. Obviously, as Americans, the biggest thing World Cup that we need to focus on is the overturned red card, the suspension that did not end up happening, and then obviously the loss to Belgium the other night. Let's start with the red card. Just real quick, do you agree with it? Do you not agree with it? I think we all know that the red card was an absolute awful call as is. The FIFA says that there's no appeal process, and then Trump or whoever in the White House made the call, and like, is there pressure? Whatever the idea is, FIFA's like, okay.
There is an appeal process, but it takes time, and they could actually increase punishment if they deem it fit. It was just a bad call, and there were some bad no calls, and that should have been red cards. Argentina, Messi, and so that's why the outrage. Now you could argue, should Trump have been involved in that? You could debate that. It's a bad look. I don't particularly agree with it. It's like just do the politics thing, man. Like don't stay out international sports. It'd be different. It was like the Super Bowl. I guess you could say it was an American sport. But, it was a bad call. I understand why they turned it over, but I understand even more why Belgium was upset. And what my biggest fear was happened. One of our top 3 best players played, and it didn't matter. We got smoked anyway. And so it's like, so we got to cheat. We got the benefit of the doubt, and we still got spanked. I think all it did is bulletin board material for Belgium, and they're like, well, tell you what, we're not going to have our 2 or 3 best players play, and we're still going to kick the crap out of you. And that's exactly what happened.
Yeah. So let's talk about the game. I watched the United States because I missed the very first one. We were coaching the All-Star game. Other than that, I've watched these United States games, and the sense of pride from like back when hockey, right, when the Gold Cup match came versus Canada and that whole run, there's that sense of pride, and I was prideful of that moment. I'm excited for that game. I'm rooting for them. Obviously, I hope they make it to the Elite Eight. and they get embarrassed, and they get embarrassed on home soil against a team that is a ninth-ranked team in the world. And I'm not going to act like I know. I'm not going to act like I know who's the best teams and who's not, and all those things. But I do know that it was the sports books had it a very even line. Sometimes you could even find United States as a favorite. And to watch that game, and you talked about it with the goalie, that was the moment that lost it, right? You tie it 1-1, and it's like, okay, like you maybe like finally figure something out, and then you let Belgium score immediately within a minute, and then that goal right in the second half to make it 3-1 made it. There was no chance the United States was going to go back after that, and obviously a 4-1 loss.
Listen,
it's
you're hold on. You're a defensive coach, right?
Offense.
Okay. When are you most prone to getting scored on?
After a bad turnover.
After a bad turnover, or you just score yourself and everyone's like, yeah, and then bang. And soccer is no different. It's easy to lose your focus, and some of the stuff is so hyperbolized, or it just becomes tongue-in-cheek talk point. But 2-0 is a scary lead to have. But when it's 1-1, and you're the team that just even the game, you are even more prone to getting scored on immediately, and that's what happened. Listen, I don't think United States got embarrassed. It would be different if they were playing like Sri Lanka or something like that, and they got beat like this. You're facing a European team, and you can see the clear difference in skill, but you're facing a Belgium team. If you remember, I've been saying this whole time, the Red Shirts, they are a really good team, and they beat the United States 20-some years ago. They're really good, okay? So it's not like you got beat by a really bad team. You got beat by a good team and people had these unreasonable expectations of the United States soccer team. Like, this is the same United States soccer team that has been getting their butts handed to them for the last year and stuff.
Sure.
So they had a good group stage. That's what happened.
But here's where I think that this is embarrassing. If you lose 2-1, okay, I'm with you.
Sure.
But when you lose the way you did, because they quit in the last 30 minutes. If you watch that,
they did.
America quit, and that is the embarrassing part. And you guys,
right.
And I don't know how good Christian Pulisic actually is. But when everybody talks about Christian Pulisic, they act like this dude is supposed to be the savior of American soccer. And he was awful. He was hurt. He was tired. Whatever his excuses, I don't care. In sports, if you're hurt and you're playing, the expectation is you're gonna ball out. You're gonna be a dog. If you're the head man, you're Captain America, and you're hurt, the expectation is that you're still a dog. And you're playing. If you're playing, you're gonna go out there and you're gonna do something. And he didn't. Like,
no.
I don't know what's good and what's bad in soccer as a scorer, as a defender, or any of those things. I just know that when he got the ball, there wasn't much that happened after that. And he's supposed to be this guy, this savior of American football and of American soccer, and he wasn't. If anything, the one guy that stood out every game was Tillman. And Tillman had the one score, the one goal.
And the game before that, it's same thing.
Yeah. And so when you get down 3-1 with the embarrassing play, and again, I texted you, I was like, what was that? And that's like, then I saw a tweet, it was like, what's the football, the American football equivalent? And they said Leon Lett. They said when guys are when they return the kickoff for a touchdown, they drop it right before they get into the end zone. Like that's what that is, and that is that happens because that's this right here, a mental thing that you just cannot do. And when you get down 3-1 because of that, and then you quit, that's where the embarrassing part is for America, and that's where. I've been listening to sports radio all week. Like, I take my kid on a walk, I listen to Sirius XM radio, and people that don't know soccer, do know soccer, are on, and they're killing the United States because it is embarrassing, and they should be embarrassed because of the quit.
And I agree. The quit thing bothers me. Pulisic, to me, I think he is as soft as a quart of ice cream that's sitting outside on a hot summer day for an hour. I'm not impressed in any way, shape, or form with him.
I could get
at all. And I never have been. Yeah, I never have been impressed with him. I think, you start looking at things like this, and you're like, it's a little bit like Ohio State basketball, right? Over the last 10 years, it's like something is just not right. Is it the coach? Is it a bad player on the team with bad chemistry? And you start looking at things, it's like, when you see, like what you're saying, quitters, or people are like, maybe it's him. Maybe Pulisic. Maybe someone needs to sit down with that dude and be like, hey, dude, tell you what, maybe you just don't want to be on this team next year. It might be addition by subtraction.
Yeah. I want to talk one more thing this World Cup before we kind of get into these. We're not going to pick the games. I don't know enough to pick the games. You can give me your winner of the whole thing with 8 teams left in a second. But I do want to talk one more thing as far as American soccer. Because I do think there's a lot of interest now in American soccer going forward. I do think
you're right.
Being on home soil and media the way it is, I think there is a big, people are interested. And frankly, Americans are we want to be the best at everything, right? Think about when you finally lose in basketball with amateurs, what do? They go get the dream team, right? In 2004, when you're playing Jason Kidd and guys that, nothing against Jason Kidd, but guys that shouldn't have been playing maybe Olympic basketball, what do? In 08, we go get Kobe and LeBron and Dwight Howard and Carmelo Anthony. You go get the best that you can, okay? In hockey, we finally win gold in hockey, a sport that the Canadians try to own. And we make it our sport. This is what America does. And so I think people are going to be invested in American soccer going forward. But here's the problem with American soccer. One, I just talked about it with Erling Haaland, right? That dude is not a typical soccer player. That dude he's playing the wrong sport, like I said. Imagine if you had DK Metcalf, you had Derrick Henry, you had Jamar Chase, you had Justin Jefferson. If those guys invested in soccer early on, soccer is not getting our best athletes. They're not getting our top whatever percent of athletes. Maybe one falls through the cracks, doesn't play football, doesn't play basketball.
Well, you're talking about physical giants, though.
Yes, physical giants, guys that you can't tell me a DK Metcalf, the way he is built and the type of athlete he is, if he didn't invest in soccer from day one, that he wouldn't go out there and be an absolute physical freak.
Yeah,
and that is
he's a Holland kind of guy.
Yeah. And I am just the type of when I watch sports, when I watch football, when I watch basketball, I like physicality. Physicality exists, and physicality is such an intimidating thing. And in soccer, you can be physical too. I've just watched enough games to know that if you play physical, people don't like it. And I don't know. If you have DK Metcalf, if you have Derrick Henry out there, and I'm not saying that we want to lose great football players to soccer. But we have to, as America, come together and get some type of great soccer program. And I'm not going to act like I know enough about all of this part, but I've listened to enough sports radio this week to know, and people that guests that have been on big national shows and on these podcasts that are saying this simple thing. When it comes to American soccer, and I know it exists with other club sports, volleyball, softball, baseball, which I'm not, AAU basketball, I'm not a fan of those by any means. It costs so much of this, especially in the soccer world, that you're not getting that kid that might be a great soccer player in there enough to be able to develop and become anything. And because of that, your sample pool is so small, whereas Norway has that dude. Norway has the best freaking athlete in their country playing soccer for them. America, we found this rich kid who was able to afford doing this, and he's good enough to become a good soccer player for America. We have to get people invested more, and I think that it's not just a soccer problem. Again, it's an AAU basketball. I had a kid in school a few years ago that told me he liked AAU basketball more than he liked school basketball. I said, why? Because my coaches let me do whatever I want and shoot, and I don't have to worry about playing team basketball. I don't like that. That's sad. That's a big.
That's not developing.
It's not at all. So club sports, it's so bad. And then when people can't afford to play, I don't know. It's a problem. It's got to be fixed.
Well,
and I think it can be fixed because, again, I think America wants to be good at soccer.
Yeah, and here's the thing. Soccer has improved dramatically over the last 10 years. Trust me. The soccer that's being played now is way different and improved versus 10 years ago. Way better. I'm just telling you. Compared to 20 years ago.
I agree.
And so, but there's a wall that's being hit, and the really good clubs get foreign players or foreign coaches. I do have like a good science teacher, though. I do have a graph for travel sports, the money spent versus anger, and it is a direct correlation, and it's true. trust me, from a referee and a coach of that stuff, I've seen it and I know it. Here's the thing with soccer. And if you're looking to generate interest, Lionel Messi, potentially Mount Rushmore greatest soccer player ever, plays here in the United States. He plays in the MLS. Yep. And it's generated a lot of popularity. Kids are, Messi, and he's still going to be in the MLS for a few years. It'd be one of those things where what if some of those great players over in EPL or the aging out guys, Cristiano Ronaldo, were to come to the MLS for 2 years and start generating interest and developing some better competition. Just an idea. It'd get kids excited even more into it, but you're right, the developmental league part of things, it's got a problem at every travel sport.
Yep.
I've seen it. I've experienced it. My parented through it. I get it.
Yep. And again, it's not just soccer. It is a football. It's
every
volleyball.
sport.
Or I get football's the one that kind of doesn't have to deal with it, which I enjoy. And football's definitely my favorite sport to coach because when it comes to football, like we coach our kids and we don't like one of the guests on one of the shows today. He was literally saying like he's a soccer coach in a school in New Jersey, and he said that their club sports don't let their kids play school soccer because it's too much on their bodies. And what you can play for the one that you're paying thousands of dollars for, or the one that you get to play for free, which is sad, which sucks. Real quick, just rapid fire. Who do you think wins the entire tournament now that we only have 8 teams left?
Okay, it's going to end up being France and Morocco. Here's the thing: France and Morocco playing. That's an interesting game. Morocco has a bunch of French players. France is going to win that game. Spain's going to beat Belgium. I'm calling that one. That'll be a 2-1 game. I think both those will be a 2-1 game. Norway and England. I think England's going to figure out how to beat out Holland. I just have a feeling England's hot right now, man. They went into Azteca and they just blew people away. I think that will be a 2-0 game or 2-1 game. Argentina is going to beat Switzerland. That's going to be a 3-1 or 2-0 game. And then I think England will beat, I think Argentina will beat England. And I think Spain will beat France. And then I think Spain's going to beat Argentina. I think Spain is on fire, but I think it's going to be really hard for FIFA to benefit Argentina much longer because the cat's out of the bag and people are paying attention and people are like, hey, wait a minute. How come Argentina gets the benefit of every single call? Something is wrong with that, and that doesn't look good. So, hello, Tim Donaghy.
Hey, listen. First off, the flopping in soccer is bad. Oh my god, it is.
Yeah, it is bad.
Goodness.
Used to be a card if you flopped, but kind of like in basketball, used to be a technical, right?
Let's move on very quickly. Let's just give a LeBron update. The Facebook, man. I say the Facebook like I'm 55 years old. If I log on to Facebook on my Wi-Fi, does the government have access to my Facebook account?
Actually, Facebook probably.
Yeah, probably. The Facebook blew up. We were getting and a lot of good comments. A lot of people saying like, "Hey, that guy, that young man." He knows what he's talking about when it comes to Lakers. There was a lot of very positive comments, and then
there's some that said you're an idiot.
Yeah,
there's haters everywhere.
Stop. We're better off without LeBron.
You don't know ball.
You don't know ball. I'm glad LaFlop left the Lakers. Like, oh my gosh, like,
they're probably the Miami fans.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. What this guy? What's he talking about? He don't know nothing. And then,
he don't know ball.
And then my wife says that I talk too much and I say the same things over and over again. I'm like, Kelly, I'm giving a good history of Lakers basketball, and Jerry Buss is sad. Yeah. Anyway, LeBron update. Really quick with LeBron. I think right now, if I had to guess, he's going back to Cleveland. I still think that they're going to try to figure something out to maybe whether it's get rid of Jared Allen and bring somebody else in. Can they get us? It's Harden. If it wasn't for Harden, I'd be like, LeBron is there already.
Yeah.
Do they go with Harden right now and try to trade him like close to the trade deadline for that other piece that fits in right there? apparently the Warriors are back, or the Wizards are at least listening to a Warriors offer to trade Anthony Davis there. If Anthony Davis goes to the Warriors, it is Warriors 100%. But I don't know right now. Like I think Cleveland. I still think the Warriors have a chance. I think him and Giannis and Bam in Miami would be unbelievable. You just don't have a point guard unless LeBron's gonna play point guard. Like if that's the case, then you just need to sign some shooters, which they don't have money for. But try to figure something out. You know.
Kyle Kuzma. Now, okay, here's the thing. Mitchell just signed a 4-year, $273 million contract, max deal. And so you kind of start thinking like, okay, do they have the money? And did that kind of scare off LeBron? Now, I know LeBron's agents talked about was it 76ers, Celtics, Knicks as being potential land. Well, but that's what his agent said. So maybe he's throwing that stuff out there to, distract. Yeah. I don't know, but the
Sixers are probably the best team. If he goes to the Sixers with Maxey and Jaylen Brown and Joel Embiid, and LeBron, that VJ,
they could be pretty good.
That is probably the best team for LeBron to go to. Of the teams, I don't think Thunder, I don't think Spurs, I don't think Knicks. Had the Knicks not won the championship, I think he's in New York, but we will see.
Yeah, I agree.
But I'm interested to see where LeBron goes. The direction that.
Would you, if the Cavs win another championship, will you go up to Cleveland and empty it a full trash can and steal it?
No. It's hilarious. Is that after the party, people you could after the parade, you could go on to the Knicks website or something and buy a Knicks themed trash can. So that lady stole it and she could have just bought one. So yeah,
I'm just glad she didn't eat it.
Yep. No, we'll see. I think right now, if I had to guess, I would say Cleveland.
I still think Warriors, and I think that even more after the Mitchell deal. I don't know, man. Something doesn't look right. They're gonna have to get rid of Allen or Harden or something. I don't know. But you're right. Harden scares me. He's so dumb. We already saw he doesn't like J.R. Smith. He just doesn't like stupid. So
Yep.
I don't blame him.
All right. CamDAWG's conversation for the week. Go ahead and let's get to the end of this episode.
Here's the thing. We've all been used and abused by the same thing at some point in our lives. But today we are going to talk about it because that's what real men do. What is the best and the worst brand of toilet paper?
Well, clearly it's your Charmin Ultra Soft. That is the best, and there's no convincing me any other way. And the worst all time, and this is from experience. And I'm not one. Listen, I don't use the bathroom any other place other than home, unless I
home team player.
Unless I
home gamer.
I am not a bathroom at another place type of person. I just don't do it. But one time when I was working at Walmart, duty called.
It's
I'm
time.
telling you, Walmart toilet paper is the worst thing ever. First off, it's like using sandpaper, but the sandpaper is also if you took a natural toilet paper and you put it under water, it's that rough and hard, but it's that soft, and it is the worst experience you will ever have in your entire life. And thankfully in my life, I will never have to use that again.
Okay. Listen, the worst for me, you're right, school toilet paper. And the reason it's it is never enough. It's just, that's all I'm going to say about it. It's never enough. It's never enough. And you're right, it's like sandpaper, and you walk out there I feel like I have poison ivy in my butt crack, and I know I don't.
Well, and
but it burns and it hurts.
Fact, I worked with you for a whole year, and you were in the bathroom at least twice a day, so. And you told me about your secret bathroom that you use. I'm like, where's Scott? He's been gone for 25 minutes. Yeah, I know where you were at.
But when I had my own room, it was great. I always took a nice roll of toilet paper, and I'd take 8 or 9 squares. I'd stuff it in my pocket, the best, and this is something I found as of recently, the peach-colored packaging of Scott's toilet paper. I'm just saying, Charmin, I've had problems with it. It rolls sometimes, and it just like I don't know, it gets caught
Actually,
in
I've
your
been
hair.
buying Sam's Club
You know, I
brand.
just
I've been buying Sam's Club brand for the last few years. So
hey, is it good stuff?
It's fine for my family.
So the Walmart toilet paper, bad. Sam's Club, good.
Sam's Club branded toilet paper that they sell on the shelves good. Walmart that they get from the bottom of like the pine trees outside that the schools
The
also
Great Value?
get. Real quick, like a Walmart thing, like when you go to Walmart, you have like the check the card reader, and then next to it you have like this little shelf like this big connected.
Right.
And that is for like if you're using a check, you sign your check right there, and which people still do, but every
Boomers.
there was just cashiers that would just like they see it's like this big, and they would take the milk and they would put the milk on there and think that's a spot for resting milk, and it's not, because not only is it small, but it's also wobbly, and it would just once a day a milk would fall on the floor, and have you ever tried using Walmart? The not Walmart brand paper towels, but the paper towels that Walmart has to clean up milk.
Yes. Yeah.
It's not cleaning up anything. It's just pushing it more and more. It's the
It's
worst.
shoved.
Oh my goodness!
It's like the school brown paper towels.
Yeah,
School
once
brown
a
paper
day.
towels.
Yep. It's a shame. It's a shame. Anything else for the goodly order?
Listen, that's important stuff. It's something that everyone has to buy and everyone has to use. I'll buy anything from a store, but toilet paper.
It's so funny. In Step Brothers, when he like.
Listen, I don't mind buying. I will buy anything in a store, and I have no problem with it. Okay, I can buy like a douche thing, and it doesn't bother me. It's like whatever, you know. It doesn't bother me. But there's something about toilet paper when I run it through. I'm like, you know what I'm going to be doing with that later.
Sam's
This is weird.
Sam's Club Scan and Go. Don't have to talk to anybody. Hey, before we go, I have one serious thing to talk about. Obviously, this last weekend was 4th of July, and most people, hopefully had a good, fun, safe evening. But if you are a Marion person, you heard some bad news that happened over the weekend. Avante Weldon passed away. Bad car accident after the fireworks. Just want to take a moment and talk about Avante, because he was a great kid. I had him in class his freshman year. I had him the second semester. He came in. He ended up being in my classroom and enjoyed him from day one. And fourth period could be kind of rough, and he was a bright spot every single day that he was there. Always smiling on his face, always goofing around, always joking around. But somebody that you could have a conversation with, somebody that just brought a lot of good joy. And I heard the news, and I was really, really, really heartbroken about it. And I'm just a teacher, got to have him in class for a few months. Obviously, a lot of people that are struggling with it. You lost your friend, you lost your brother, your a mom lost her son. And so if you need somebody to talk to about it, find somebody, guys. Like, be there for each other. It's always tough to lose a friend. I've lost friends before. This is a first time losing a student. As a coach, we lost a kid a few years ago. It's first time losing a student. It's tough. So be there for your people, and remember Avante, because he was a bright soul, man. He was a great kid, who life unfortunately ended a little early for him.
If you're in education long enough, you lose former students, even whether they're in school still or not, later on in life, and you see that happen. And when that happened, you and I are texting back and forth, and I told you about a situation that I had my first year teaching. My first 2 weeks of teaching, I had a kid in my class hang himself over Labor Day weekend, and so it's just like, what? And you don't get trained for that and how to respond to that, and it hurts, because in education, unless you've been in it, you don't understand. Those are your kids, and I know it's cliche to say, "Oh, I've got 125 students every year that are my kids." They kind of become your family at school, and different things, and so when that loss happens, it hurts, man. So,
Yep.
Thoughts and prayers to that family and all those that were around him and stuff. So,
Yep. Be there for each other. Be there for his family. And take care of your friends, because some people, especially that were really close with him, I'm sure they're really struggling. Like I said, I'm sad about it. I only got to be around him for a few months as freshman year. People, a lot more people, much closer with him. That I'm just really thinking about you guys and praying for him, for his family, and everybody that was close to him. So, we'll miss you, Vontae. You're a great kid. So, all right, that is all for this evening. We look forward to next Wednesday's discussion as we get closer to college football season. We are getting close to it. It's mid-July. Even high school football, it is ramping up. We got a big 7-on-7 next week. One more after that, and then is your acclimation. Helmets, shoulder pads, all those stuff before we hit 2 days. It is going to be here fast. We're going to be watching some football here soon. So we will really ramp up those discussions going forward. A lot of good dog, bad dog, and as always, we end this with a very certain way, and that is Mr. Jamal Williams and his famous quote. Jamal, take us out.